SMT Nation, we are back. Nation, the cable companies Comcast and their Xfinity service, you guys have heard of them, and then also Charter with their Spectrum services. They are coming off of some big quarters where I think the future for their broadband growth is now kind of on the upswing. Analysts are chiming in saying that fixed wireless access, the 5G home internet options from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T are all going to start to slow in their growth. And this is viewed as bullish for the cable operators, right? Well, it's not exactly the way it's going to happen. It's not exactly true. So I want to discuss that with you guys here in this video. We're going to discuss some projections, some numbers that are going to kind of put my position kind of in like a laid out fashion. All right, so first of all, I want to cite this J.D. Power and Associates study, an article that was posted from April of this year, 2024. And I'm going to come back to this, but I want you guys to make sure that you use this as your reference for this. All right, so New Street Research is claiming that they have clear view into fixed wireless access and what it's going to do to the wireline operators. So analysts at New Street say they predict that T-Mobile will gain 1.4 million fixed wireless access customers in 2025. They also predict that Verizon will have 1.3 million added next year, and then AT&T should add somewhere around 550,000 or about 500,000. So if I'm running the numbers and I'm looking at this, we've got 3 to 3.5 million customers, right, added next year, just 2025 from the big three. Okay, now, with respect to the recent past, yes, those numbers are going to be slightly lower than they have been in the previous 2 years. But those are still substantial growth numbers. There are no indications that there is any relief coming to cable, in my opinion. There are some folks who prefer a hardwired connection, and there are some folks who may not want to deal with fixed wireless access. However, when I look at this article from J.D. Power showing that fixed wireless consistently outperforms both fiber optic and cable internet customer satisfaction, that means something. The fixed wireless access piece is here to stay. These customers are happy with the service, and people are trying it and keeping it more than ever. So when I look at this quote-unquote relief that we're expecting to come from cable based on what New Street is saying, I don't think that's framed properly, because here's what's going to happen. T-Mobile has guided up. They are around 6 million customers for fixed wireless access right now. They are guiding up to 12 million over the next 3 years. They're going to double their number. Does that sound like a substantial fall off by fixed wireless access? Additionally, Verizon has about 4 million customers. They too are guiding up to double their number from 4 million to 8 million in that same time frame. So what are we talking about here? Verizon could end up with as many as 9 million customers by the end of 2028. AT&T is guiding up. Well, I wouldn't say they're guiding up. They're trending up as they continue to build out their 5G plus network and scale their C-band and DoD upgrades. They're creating more capacity on the network. They're adding customers to. What in the hell are these people talking about? Sure, there might be some customers who may go to cable. Sure, that's very possible and likely, and I'm fine with that. But we can't sit there and underestimate fixed wireless access. It has made a huge impact on the home broadband industry, and there is continuation for this positive momentum from both T-Mobile and Verizon, who are scaling the service very quickly, and AT&T is scaling up as well. So no, I don't think there's true or legitimacy to some type of relief. Fixed wireless access consistently outperforms wireline operators in customer satisfaction. Is there any more important reference point where customers spend their money? I'm not saying fixed wireless is better in terms of technology compared to wireline. I'm not doing that. I'm just looking at the numbers, and I'm looking at the growth and the trajectories. There is no relief in sight. Now, maybe there's situations where the fixed wireless access isn't available and the extra capacity isn't there. But I just wanted to remind you all that Verizon and T-Mobile have been taking a bulk majority of their customers from the urban core. Now, T-Mobile is more balanced. They take a third of their customers from cable, a third of their customers are urban, a third are suburban, and a third are rural. Verizon hasn't even tapped into that yet, right? They have been mostly urban. So they're going into suburban now, and they're going into rural very soon. They're in play for those customers. So I don't see relief in sight. The only way we're going to see relief in sight for cable is if cable can fix their customer satisfaction problems, which they still have not done that. At least not to scale. Fixed wireless access still taking their lunch. Comcast and Charter will continue to have a problem in the future. Fixed wireless access is going nowhere. They're here to stay. These options are the best thing that has happened to home broadband ever. And it puts pressure on the other guys to perform better. This is great. We haven't even seen the next iteration of fixed wireless. We haven't seen any scale of mmWave. We haven't seen any scale of 5G advanced features, software, hardware enabled, new gateways. We haven't seen any of this. There is meat left on the bone. These people are crazy. I don't think New Street really did any justice to the way this is going to play out. I think a lot of that is overstated. Clearly, we got some cable bulls over there. But what do you guys think? I could be wrong. They could be right. And they're rich and wealthy, and they invest people's money, and they're smarter than me, I guess. But what do you guys think? Agree with me? Agree with them? How do you project things to play out? Let's have fun with it. Beat it up in the comment section. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.